Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Most of the time when people say, oh, I was just joking, typically they're not just joking at all. Often we use just joking as a cover, it seems, when we've trotted out ideas that we know will kind of tick people off a bit or be a bit controversial, right? But we want to say the things anyway, so we couch them in the kind of, oh, I was just joking. What's more troubling, though, is when people make excuses for others who really were not just joking, but people, try to protect that person by saying, oh, he or she, they were just joking. Lighten up. What's more troubling is that we see the president, Donald Trump, doing his whole just joking thing, which was real obvious he was going to say that. When he posted an AI-generated image of himself as Pope. Yeah. You've seen it. I know. It's ridiculous. I mean, really? Really? He wasn't just joking, okay? Even though he may say he was, and even though his supporters certainly will say, and excuse his behavior by saying, you know what, guys, just have a sense of humor. You progressives, you liberals, just take things so seriously. He was just joking. He was having fun. Yeah. Over the very recent death of an amazing and beautiful man. What the world sadly has learned about Trump is that he is never just joking. He's about as serious as a heart attack. All right. And it's curious, it seems like the only time he really smiles or even has a semblance of happiness or joy is when he's berating people, when he's demeaning people, when he's putting people down. And he gets that sly little grin on his face, and throws red meat out to his supporters at his rallies, and they just cheer him on. I'm sorry, that's sick. Yeah, I don't hesitate to say the man has issues. And there's nothing funny about his attacks on democracy and decency. The world is reeling because a very slim majority of American voters put a megalomaniac back in the White House. There's an obsession on the right with owning the libs or the progressives. This is a recurring mantra based in a kind of just joking cruelty. Trump and his allies can say or do the most outrageous things, and conservatives relish the joy of making liberals angry. We got them ticked off again. Okay. Whatever. It is in making others uncomfortable that brings joy to such minds. And that in itself is sick. By now, Trump's imagining himself as Pope is certainly not the most outrageous thing he has said or done, without a doubt, And of course, there's zero chance that he would become Pope. And no doubt that fact will be used as evidence by his supporters to say, to declare, once again that he's just joking. He's one of us. He gets us. Mm-hmm. I think he does. Behind every joke lies some truth. And there's no doubt that Trump's outrageous ego is so overblown that he would, in fact, love to control the Catholic Church. I think he really would. That's what, 1.4 billion people? Sure. Every Catholic church the world over should be outraged by his blasphemy. But no doubt many evangelicals will laugh at it because they have such low regard for Catholicism. Believe it or not, anti-Catholic sentiment is alive and well among many evangelicals. Ironically, Trump's vision of himself as pontiff came in the same week he created the Religious Liberty Commission, of course, that he stacked with right-wing supporters. His view of religious liberty is not for all people, but is for all people who support him. Remember, with Trump, everything is transactional, right? And he finds support mainly among Christians who believe in a transactional faith as well, not a living faith. Trump's supporters already have created images of him, showing Jesus over his shoulder at the Oval Office, and Jesus by his side as, he sits accused in a courtroom. Trump supporters have created flags that say, Jesus is my king and Trump is my president, as if equating the two as a matched set. Excuse me while I vomit for a moment. So we should not be surprised to see Trump projecting himself as Pope. But we still should be outraged because of the blasphemy of the joke and the truth implied in it. That Trump believes he has bought religion and that he is king of the world. And that, dear friends, that is no joke. God bless you, and peace be with you.